ome ihe jidekwa ogu eji m ogu na ọfọ. What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without fear. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth, because it's our lives. And I personally encouraging you to enjoy your life. Somebody was telling me about birthday. I said I don't celebrate birthday because I was not born that day. I was born one day, and all you have, all your life is one day. All these ones people created, but you have one day. So that's why they tell you that in their book, 1,000 years is one day. See, one day it's 1,000 years. So but most people don't consider that because we have been bamboozled with a lot of garbage that, saying the truth now seems to be, abomination. Many. This Christmas celebration show you that many that claim to hate religion are confused. They don't know what they're doing. Like, I think I said some time ago, such people need to go back to religion, because if you see their posts or what they say, how they argue about things, it's obvious they are not woke. They are sleepwalking. So they are not woke, like they are not awakened properly yet. So let them go back and enjoy the sleep instead of them, causing problem. If even people that are asleep, we are trying to wake up. They are making them be like, I think, let us continue sleeping. This one is also making sense. It's talking like what we want to hear. So, see people who say they are against religion, still wishing people Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, uh, what another Happy Easter, Happy Sunday. So, I see some excuses, some of them are given. I shake my head. So some who try to defend, I said, even if it take million years, a lie can never become the truth. So let's say the whole world is celebrating the lie. So you want me now to support it? No, I won't. I won't. I will never do that. So it's better I go back, because that's what they are praying for. They want me to go back to God. They want me to go back to Jesus. The prayer is senseless. Prayer is useless. Prayer is complete waste of time. It cannot work. It does not work. I was praying before I left Christianity. So sometimes you may feel discouraged. I have seen some people, saying that, our people are so much deep in this belief system, it is hard for them to come out of it. But I say, look at me. I was once a minister of the gospel. I'm no more today. So things are changing. People are waking up actually. But the main problem we are facing is those who claim to be awakened when they are not. And they see them, they enter groups of people that are awakened or woke, and they are there. So people will see them and think that's how it goes. Some people make fun of woke. They say it means woke, blah, 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 blah. But I'm not the type of person you can shut up. No, even in public, I say it loud. So when I went to work, they were like, Merry Christmas. I have deep voice. I don't celebrate evil. I don't celebrate evil. I keep anyone that tell me Merry Christmas, I will respond. I don't celebrate evil. It's evil because it's a lie. They lie to us. Jesus never existed. They say it existed, and they say God so loved us and gave us Jesus. Why the same Jesus said that he only came for the lost house of Egypt, of Israel? which I'm not part of. I'm African. So no true African is a Christian. No true African is a Muslim. No true African is a Jew. You can read yourself all you want into the book, but the reason why you are reading yourself into that book, because you are slaves. You were raised with that book, lies. That book is slave manual. It's manual to guide slaves to keep them humble. And that's part of what I want to share now. So I titled this The Four Pillars of Corrupt System. The corrupt world you're talking about, not natural world, not the real world. This is the system where they force the whole world into. I want you to know that the God is the lie they have used to deceive the whole world. People believing there is God. They say, where is that God? They point heaven. I say, don't, can't you think? Imagine somebody asks you, where is your God? You are pointing heaven. Where in heaven? It's cloud you see there. There is no location. If there is a location, it's supposed to have address, or at least you can visit there. If your father is there, why can't you visit your father sometimes? Or since he like you suffering here until death, then why not go visit your father and come? Some of you that travel home Christmas say you're going to see your parents. My aging parents, my aging grandparents. I went to see them in my village for Christmas celebration. Okay, so why can't you go and see your father in heaven? At least to say hi, father, and come back. He cannot even say hi to you. Four pillars of corruption. The pillars of the corrupt earth. They say in their book, they say the pillars is the Lord. The pillars of the earth is the Lord's. If you don't understand how they write it, you will think, there is God. The Lord means owner, slave owner. The slave owners, those that enslave the world, they made these pillars up. And many people still holding these pillars as way of life, which is not. And you see them defending these pillars. So they are upholding the system they say is evil or system they hate. That's why you see people like Martin Luther King in America. He was talking about what do you call it again? Freeing black people in America or that. But he still believed in God. He was a minister too. Don't you see ministers of God now entering politics and all that? So you see them because that pillar is where he said the pillars of the world it belongs to God. That is of the Lord. He said the Lord has established the world on these pillars. The slave masters has established these pillars. That's what they used to enslave the world, colonize the world, and we all are in it. When you go to school, you are in it. When you are in politics, you are in it. When you are even in their business stuff, you are in it. It is the system we find ourselves in. And these four pillars, they tell you about the four corners of the earth, pillars of the earth, holding the system in place. The system of slavery and colonialism is set or established upon these pillars that make people unable to break free and live humanly without the fear of God. These are the pillars that make people humble, make people tolerant, and especially black people. These pillars still make black people to be humble and tolerant. Being humble is slave things, it's for slaves, and tolerance is for slaves. Free people don't tolerate, and free people don't humble themselves. You can't put them down. They don't forgive either. You do anything to them, they do you more. You throw one bomb to them, they throw many more at you. So that's how it goes. Slaves that operate or that operate in fear, operate in faith, operate in love, operate in hope. You see that they are humble. They tell you humble yourself, humble yourself. They preach it, they defend it, and they want everyone to join them in it. No, but no, I'm not joining them in it. So the first pillar among these four pillars, which comes first, no matter who angle you're coming from, is pillar of fear. Fear of God, fear of the unknown, fear. You see politicians using it, you see clergymen using it, all these pastors, all these the religious founders, all they use is fear. If you don't vote for me, the world will end. If you don't believe in our God, the world will end. You will go to hell. They are building on the pillar of fear, which is the birth of spirituality, religion, politics, and all this. This fear is what gives birth to spirituality, what gives birth to religion, what gives birth to God, what gives birth to holy book. And all of them, spiritual people may say they don't have book, but they have believe, right? They believe, at least they have God. They say they believe in God. Also, they say it's higher power, it's higher energy, blah, 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 which they have not seen. But they say they believe, at least they are right. They say they believe, they don't know. So they are speaking what they don't know. Anytime anyone speak about God as God exists in any way or form, that person is speaking what they don't know, because God is a fairy. It does not exist. That's why they say they believe. And that fear is what also begets faith. It begets faith. Fear begets faith. Every faith is rooted in fear. Without fear, you won't have faith. Every form of faith you say you have is because you fear. That's why you have faith. If you don't fear, you will not have faith. That is blind belief, believing without seeing. That's what he give birth to. And faith give birth to, well, I mean, fear give birth to faith, right? Which is why people have illusion. When you have faith, you begin to be foolish. You begin to do foolish things. You see what people do out of faith. Some people buy tickets to heaven. Pastor said them to this. Some people, their pastor have God phone number, call God. Some people tell them, if you do this, miracle will happen. If you do that, miracle will happen. If you wear this apron, miracle. If you wash your feet, miracle. If you anoint yourself with oil, miracle. They keep believing foolish things. Faith gives birth to foolishness. That's fear gives birth to faith, and faith gives birth to all these foolish things that people do, things that doesn't make sense. And you see people doing all those things, and you see them also is showing wickedness everywhere out of illusion, false interpretation of what is real, because they have fear. That fear makes them believe even though their God cannot help them. But when you help them, they say it is God that used you to help them. Misinterpretation of what is real or what exists, that is illusion. So they have that illusion, which leads to the pillar of faith. Pillar of faith, blind belief. They believe without seeing. They believe, then feel they know what they believe. No. That's what they have. All they have is feeling. I believe, I feel. I believe, I feel. Don't you feel the power of God? Feel the power of God. Feel it? No, you can't. It's your emotion you are feeling. There's no anointing of God. There's no power of God. There is no grace of God you can feel anywhere. It does not exist. So, pillar of faith is another place people, you see them believe and feel that, okay, yeah, it happened. It will happen. You see them believing it, believing it. Slaves believing one day they will be free. One day a savior will come and save them. God is coming. Jesus is coming. The Lord is coming. Believe, believe. Don't give up. It will happen. You don't know how it will happen. You don't know when, but it will happen. No, it's not happening. It can never happen. That's what they have. And that faith is what begets hope. And you know what? When you have hope, you begin to have delusion. Delusion, false belief, persistent. You persist in it. You keep believing. Yeah, you have hope. It will happen, which is the third pillar, pillar of hope. You see them hoping miracle will happen. Don't give up. Don't doubt. Don't question. Don't question why it has not happened. Don't question when will it happen. No, just believe and hope that it will happen. You see them preparing themselves, ready for themselves. Have you ever hoped for something, expecting something like miracle or something that is out of natural occurrence, and you have that hope it will happen? You don't want anything that will discourage you from it. That's why you see believers. They don't want you to tell them, no, what you believe is wrong. No, leave me, I hope. Illusion, delusion. Then this hope make them have hallucination. Because they have that hope. So they love, which leads to the fourth pillar, pillar of love. They love, so they begin to see those things they hope that will come. They hope, oh, I will build a house, a miracle will happen, I will buy a car, I will buy this. When you don't have money to do all those things, but you have hope, it will happen. Never you lose hope. Keep the faith. Never you lose hope. Keep fighting. The Lord will make it happen. No, the Lord cannot make anything happen. It is time you stop, because that hope begets love, which creates those hallucinations. You begin to imagine things out of foolishness, things that you know is not possible. You said, with God, all things are possible. I can make it. I will make it. But where is the substance supposed to make it? Don't worry. God. So they confuse them. Okay, you can sow seed now. They sow because they're expecting to receive. You sow it so that you activate it for God to act or for God to do something. And you see them suffering it without knowing it, believing there is somebody somewhere who is remotely. And some people believe it. They say, well, I have seen it in my village. They did so things in your village. So why it doesn't work outside your village? Think. And those people doing it are the same people that also they believe in God that you believe. That God you believe watching all of you messing up your life. From there you begin to have love of that God, because I don't want him to get upset and not make this miracle happen. Pillar of love, which is the fourth one. It is evil. It is evil pillar. Unnatural feelings. People having unnatural feelings, evil feelings. And they think, yeah, love is, how do they define it? Even in their dictionary, they say love is the, something you show. No, it's not. It's evil feeling. Love is evil. They told you in their book that love is of God. God is love. You say it's not. That one that give you love. You Africans, love is not found in anywhere in Africa. It is strange to us. We don't live by love. We naturally care for ourselves. That's what cost us even our heritage, because we cared for the for the strangers. We did not practice love. Had it been we practice love, we have laws against strangers. As they practice love today, they have laws against us. Go try to enter their country and see what we go through. But we had open borders. We don't even have borders saying nobody. No, they came. We treated them as human beings, as ourselves. Love comes with laws and commandments. You can never have love. They say unconditional, which love? No, every love have condition. All of them. They have law. Jesus said that. He said, new commandment I give to you, right? What did he say? He did not say love everyone. He said, love one another as I have loved you. That's why they create cult. In love, people in court, they love themselves. If you don't belong to them, you are a threat. You must be destroyed. Christians say you will go to hell. Muslims say your head will be chopped off. You know, every religion, they tell you that. If you don't believe them, you are unbeliever. I mean, if you don't belong to them, you're unbeliever. You are infidel. You must be destroyed. You must die. Your property must be taken. Love is of God. God is evil. And they tell you God is blind. Yeah, God say his servants are blind. They read it in their book. If God is not blind, God will see your situation and solve your problem. But because God is blind, he cannot see their situation and or solve their problem. And what love begets is self-hate. Love begets self-hate. You see people belittling themselves. I am nothing without God. I am nobody. God is everything to me. That's what love does. I love you, and you begin to do some stupid things. That's what love does. That's why some people will tell you, love is blind. Yeah, it's blind. God is blind. Yeah, God is evil. Love is evil. Another word for evil is wicked. God is wicked. It shall not be well with the wicked. It means it shall not be well with God. And it shall never be well with God, so long I'm concerned. You see people hating themselves, humbling themselves. They humble themselves. Love begets self-hate. That's why they tell you to love your enemies, but hate yourself. You love your enemies, hate your father, hate your mother, hate your wife, hate your brothers, hate your sisters, even yourself. That's what qualifies you to be in the love of God, in the love of Christ. But you know, many of them today are hypocrites, all of them. So they say, yeah, I can still love God and love my family. It's a lie. You cannot love God and love yourself. Cannot love God and love someone else. No. So that's why they tell you, you that said you love God. You remember they put it later where in book of First John, you that say you love God, but you know your brother who you can see, you did not give to them, but you say you love God. He say no, because if you truly love God, right? Yes, you're supposed to practice what they say. You're supposed to hate yourself, hate people around you. That's what makes you become a Levite. That's what makes you become a disciple of Christ. You have to hate everyone, including yourself. That's what love of God does. So you see people humbling themselves, thinking that they need humility. No, humility is against humanity. What we need is ourselves. We don't need any God. We don't need any love. Spiritual and religious people that grew up in this system, you see, it is hard for them to leave it. Very hard. Spiritual and religious lives are built on these four pillars, which is why you see many people that say they are awakened now or they have come out. It is hard for them to free themselves from that garbage of spirituality, garbage of religion, like observing and celebrating all this nonsense like Christmas and all that. What do? They defend their support of parts of that lie they claim to hate. Oh, I don't like this evil system. I don't like religion. I don't like spirituality. But you still, okay, okay, this is how we do, okay, let me just do it. Of course, it may be by mistake, but please let us know what we are doing. Let us know the system we are in. Understand that spirituality is a cult, religion is a cult, nature is free, nature is natural. Let us come back to nature. Let us live humanly and stop living on this pillar. This system built on this pillar of fear, faith, hope, and love will never allow us to be free. They want us to remain humble, obedient, and they follow the system. Politicians are using it, spiritual leaders are using it, religious leaders are using it. but you can free yourself today and live humanly. Gordon.